Hello, everybody. This is Listening Lotus coming back to you with another reading. Thank you guys so much for all your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much for all the support that you do give, all the love, all the feedback, comments. Please continue to do so. I really appreciate it. If you guys ever want to get a personal reading, you can always click the description link. I said that backwards. You can click the link in the description. So we just gonna go ahead and see what comes out, and then we will go from there. Oh yes, my disclaimer. I hope everybody is, definitely taking good care of themselves, drinking your water, going outside, getting some fresh air as much as possible, um, keeping your body doing a lot of movement around this time. I know people been eating good, feeling good. It's kind of more of the cozy time of the year, but still be mindful, about our health and everything or whatever, and making sure that even if you do fall off track, it ain't too much. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and jump right on in and see what comes out. See what comes out. Ooh, okay. First card out. Step into divine timing. What's meant for you won't pass you by. Trust the delays, and they're aligning your path. So you definitely may have like a little bit of stagnancy, or maybe you're trying to figure out like if there's some type of blockage or something. No, it's anything. They just asking you to be still, be in stillness in the moment. Like he literally, whatever he waiting on the bus, the train, or whatever, it's like he's enjoying the fresh outdoors, and that's it. Being as present as you possibly can in the now. Don't get too far ahead in the future, okay? Things are going to work out and happen when they're supposed to, literally in perfect, in divine timing, okay? All right, let's see. Because y'all eager. Like, it's almost like, I feel like y'all like, hurry up. So let's see what else comes out. Like, I know y'all done heard that saying about how patience is a virtue. Well, it's kind of what you need to be doing right now, okay? Simple as that. Let's see what else want to come out. Okay. So some unfinished business. It says to release the resentment loop. Somebody been real resentful lately. Y'all still holding on to a lot of things from the past. It says resentment isn't power, it's poison. Stop replaying the story. You're free to choose peace. So don't create a cycle of reliving things and making them sound so fresh that you talk about them as if the shit just happened yesterday, and that shit could have been years ago. Okay, let that shit go. Because that's probably the main reason why this loop that you are in is what's stopping you. It is what's potentially making your timing for the things that you do want to kind of like be on hold at the moment. I mean, yeah. And then the next card we have is unlock the pattern. It says the pain didn't start today. You lived this loop before, maybe in love, maybe in lineage, but awareness is key. So being aware of stopping it in its tracks, being more mindful about how you are showing up in certain scenarios and situations, making sure that it's almost like, how you have those, like, you feel like you're having a deja vu moment, which that's a whole nother topic in itself or whatever. You have to look that up. But you say you having the same reoccurring dream or something like that. It's like they're constantly nudging you to get you to understand that this is a pattern that you have been through before. And whatever this pattern is, like, you done went through it so many different times, like, the pattern that's going on because you're tired. And he looks tired as hell. I don't know if y'all can see his eyes, but he's tired. He's tired of going through the same loop around, the same fucking bullshit, the same goddamn issues with different people. Okay? So, and it could just be because you're being too anxious. You're trying to hurry up and get somewhere that's going to take some time to get to. Yeah. It says find inner peace. So this is definitely has to do with a lot more internal work. Okay. The internal work don't stop. It don't matter what level you on. Okay. There's always something new that you can learn about yourself. Find an inner peace. It says peace isn't found outside. It's cultivated within. Create stillness in your mind and soul. So I'm gonna just put it to you like this. Somebody probably been tweaking lately. Okay. And because and we see this all the time or whatever, where when a person don't have peace themselves, they create chaos in everybody else's lives around them. It's almost like that one it's a picture, something about, I don't know if it's a fruit, I don't know if it's apples or oranges, fill in the blank, but they had like one rotten fruit and it started to spread and touch on all basically their surroundings, all the other fruit that was around them. Like, if you don't realize that, if you don't basically check your own shit and check yourself or whatever, and realize this pattern that you keep going where you replaying the past or you reliving the past, you're not letting certain shit go or whatever, like, it's literally it's blocking your growth. Okay, simple as that. So let that shit go. And a lot of the times when somebody is in this energy, um you're not doing the necessary things that you need to be doing. Okay, yeah, you putting your own fire out, literally. Look at that. Hold on. All right, y'all, we back in business. Um, that's probably the third time that done happened. I already explained the whole wind issue about how it be whoosh pushing, but I think it came right on time or whatever for the message that's coming out. Like, somebody is being so hard on themselves, or they are being so strict or particular, or trying to criticize, and um I would even arguably say, like, keep your mouth shut. Okay, because it's almost like whoever this is, you ain't really got too many nice things to say at the moment. Okay, everything that you are focusing on is not only previous things that happened in the past, but you're not being still and present in the moment, and even acknowledging that it's nice outside. It's a nice sunny day. Instead of worrying about how it's a nice sunny day, you worrying about this goddamn cloud that you're creating. Okay, that you're creating. You're creating a dark cloud over yourself. I know. What's that? What is it? Um, I can't remember what cartoon that was, but it was like a cartoon that had like one child in specifically. Um, y'all will know what I'm talking about. It might be multiple cartoons or whatever, but it was like the the cartoon in itself or whatever would have like a rainy cloud, a rainy dark cloud over him or her, wherever they went. And that's kind of like the energy that you're in right now. And then you trying to figure out, in the midst of being like that, why the stuff that you want or trying to manifest ain't came. It's like, because you on bullshit. Let's keep it a buck. Like, your ass is out of fucking control right now. Like, that inner peace, you need to have inner peace in any and every situation. Don't let nobody get you out your hook for shit. Okay? Simple as that. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there is something currently that could be potentially triggering this loop or pattern. I feel like you were doing good for a minute. It's almost like having any other addiction, right? Sometimes when it comes to addictions, it can be a mental addiction, as far as how we are so used to talking to ourselves, or how we are so used to showing up for ourselves or whatever. And you have to unlearn and relearn those different patterns so that you can get better results. Okay? Simple as that. Because even with this loop, I'm going to just be honest, somebody caring too much and feeling like, oh, they wish they could, oh, okay, yeah, that flew right out. It says, heal the attachment wound. Your worth is not tied to being needed. Let go of proving your value and just simply be. So, I mean, the card pretty much just done said it. But I do feel like the resentment loop that you are putting yourself in, or even the pattern that you are starting to realize, is you feeling like the only time, or yeah, I'm gonna just say that you feel like the only time that you are feeling like you are getting your just due or feeling appreciative is like when you are being performative. Outside of that, it's like if you wanted to just simply just sit and be like this or like this or whatever, it's like the people around you or whatever are so used to you, um being performative and always showing up and doing something or whatever. It's like in the process of you learning to be still, you might have to revamp some of the people, places, and things that where you going. Okay, because you walking away from all that shit. If it do not, if honestly, if it does not help your highest good, and you feel like it's making at any here, I'm gonna put it to you this way because I don't want to get tongue tied. At any point that you go somewhere or you be around somebody and you feel like this person is um and they might not even know they might not even know that they doing it. It can literally be on some energy shit. Um and they're there almost triggering you to understand more about how important your inner peace is. Because I feel like you was here at one point, literally. Because this is almost like past, present, and future. So it's like in the past, it's like you had reached a certain level of like calmness, you was doing good, and then something triggered that, and now you kind of like back in this loop, and you feeling like, oh, you need to do a bunch of shit, say a bunch of shit, just basically doing entirely too fucking much. When it's like, no, you need to slow down and be still and just simply just sit and be. Because that, I would even say the some of the attachment one would be an anxious attachment. Okay, with the way these cards is laying out. And then in the future or whatever, it's like you are realizing because you are just sick and tired of being in this loop. Because you dead ass could be dealing with the same previous type of scenarios or situations, but you're dealing with it now with new people. And you like, what is going on? Like, why did this shit keep happening? And it's like you always gotta address the nature of the origin. I mean, shit. Yeah, because you're talking to yourself crazy. It says break self-limiting beliefs. The only limits are the ones you impose. Break free from outdated beliefs and unlock your true potential. So you have to literally, that is literally the pattern that you're unlocking. How you speaking and talking to yourself, how you allowing even other people to come at you and talk to you and shit like that. And basically, if it basically I was about to say if it strike a nerve, um how am I trying to put this? I'm always looking for something. You've worked so hard to get to this point. That's the biggest of this. You worked so hard to get to this point, and I feel like you were doing really good for a long ass time here. Not letting certain things stress you, not letting certain people stress you, not going certain places that you knew were going to trigger you, and then somewhere, some way, somehow, okay, you done had a relapse moment, and you what are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, but moving forward in the future or whatever, hey, this time around or whatever, not only are you unlocking the pattern and what that is, and it literally could simply be um in the form of holding on, it's holding on to these limiting beliefs that you are putting on yourself as to how you need to show up and be performative to the world, or how you are showing up in your different endeavors or situations or environments. It's more so has to do with you. Everything always starts with self, okay? So again, stop talking to yourself crazy, because even from the beginning, it's like a lot of this or whatever is really mental. You in your head, babe. You gotta let that shit go. That's crazy. Let that shit go. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah, because I don't like that for you. Okay. And the biggest of it that I'm seeing in most of these cards, you know, is how it's one person, whatever. You're trying to attack this by yourself. Maybe even asking for like an accountability partner amongst one of your friends or something like that to kind of like, check on you for a while and just until you get back on track. Because we all fall off, okay? Sometimes we can tend to forget, okay? Forget our self worth, forget who we are, forget how we show up in a way that's healthy for us and the people around us, okay? Um, And the reason why I say that, because with this glass or whatever, it's like the this bud or this sprout of this plant, right? Um, this is still this energy, okay? Where it's like you was cool getting your sunlight and growing, and then out of nowhere, this could have been a person, place, or thing has literally like triggered you or set something off. And here's the thing: when it comes to triggers, Triggers can be good, okay? Take it or leave it as is. If you don't know by now, you should know. But triggers can sometimes, if not most of the time, they're actually good because you have to be able to practice um, your new growth in a sense. So even in this scenario, whatever quote unquote resurfaced or got you back in this loop of resentment and talking to yourself crazy, whatever happened, you're realizing that you still have more work to do. Maybe you was in this energy and you was starting to get a little too cocky, like, oh yeah, I'm good. I don't need no help with, who knows? You might even went so far as saying I am completely healed. That's crazy. That's crazy. um, but you know, here come another series of tests. And maybe even this time or whatever, it was disguised a little bit different where you felt ultra confident, like you knew what the outcome and how things were going to play out and be. And in that, just in that little glimpse of time of you getting cocky, they like, oh no, 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 come sit your ass down. Let's try this again. Say sometimes, hey, seriously. Um, so it's not necessarily the energy isn't bad. It's more so just being mindful and being aware of your surroundings at all times and how you are allowing them or people, places, and things. Fill in the blank. You only know what the scenario is. I just, hey, look, journal about it. All right. But it definitely had you thinking twice. Had you thinking twice. And still, I think some of this or whatever, even when it comes to that loop, is you were even noticing that you may have been picking up certain habits that you were like working very diligently and hard to let go. Um, you started noticing even certain ways that you were talking to not only just yourself but to others. um One thing to like really be mindful of is like different reflections in tone, how being around certain people, places, and things, not like you have to talk about it out loud, but just taking a mental pause and really assessing the scenario or the environment as to which you are in, and be like, do I feel like I need to break out right now, or do I feel like it's healthy where I don't feel like I have to break out? Because even with this, it's almost like if this wasn't cracked, it's almost like healthy imprisonment with the way you were sitting still here. And even I like the fact with both of these, for most of these, it's like you're looking for the light in each one of these. Okay. I'm going to take a so y'all can see. It's like you're processing and being around light, looking for the light within yourself. Okay. Even this dark one with the unlock the pattern or whatever, like you see where you done fucked up basically. You seeing your own um you realizing the nature of your old ways, and you're trying to make sure that you're not putting yourself in the same cycle over and over again, because you at this point you're tired. You're like, I don't want to keep doing and going through this shit. So being really open about being real with yourself for one, but being very diligent about doing the necessary exercise and steps, whatever the actual solution is can vary. But at the end of the day, even with this, it's like, yeah, just trying to stay in a light, bright energy. Okay. And why not? All right. So let's see what else. Let's go candle. Hold on. Okay, y'all. I'm telling you, that's why I be off to the side right here, but I do try to make sure that y'all can see me shuffling. Okay, so a spiritual partnership. 27 equals 9, so it could be a completion of a spiritual partnership. This could even be with the unlocking the pattern that you are realizing some type of spiritual partnership simply needs to come to a close. Okay, y'all done went around and round and round this motherfucking merry-go-round one so many goddamn times, and y'all still both keep getting the same results. And that don't have to be necessarily a person. It could be an environment you keep going to, but you expect the new results to keep getting the same shit. Like, what? Go somewhere else. Find somewhere else to go. What you Google is a good tool to use. Okay, so I'll put this over here. Let's see. I'll make sure y'all can see. Boom. All right. Let's see what else. Because I feel like that's something that somebody really wants really bad is a spiritual partnership. Okay, and it's being on hold in a sense right now. If one is not being closed out, one is definitely trying to come in, and it's like until you address this stuff about yourself, okay, you yeah. So, oh, all right. Okay, I'll take it. So we have first card is abundance, okay? And then we also have is synchronicity. Okay. I'm gonna even arguably say that you could be seeing triple eight. Okay. Triple eight is a very powerful number. I'm gonna just set this here so that y'all can see what I'm talking about. And it may be the synchronicities or the abundance that is on the way is involving a spiritual partnership, but you have to make sure that you get out of your own way before you sabotage this union. It could be potentially between you and another person, and you are going in this downward spiral right now that you just, I don't know, it's almost like you purposely are um yeah, you sabotaging yourself, which is crazy. So definitely look out for different signs and synchronicities. You could be seeing triple eight as one of the top ones. Okay, matter of fact, let's actually see. Hold on. Let's see about triple eight. Okay. Yeah. It says here that triple eight is all about balance. Everything is falling into place as it's meant to be. Could be the mantra. Everything is falling into place as it's meant to be. But you also need to make sure that you aren't doing necessary steps to set yourself backwards or to just not even necessarily backwards, but to just be in a stagnant energy because you tired of waiting. Okay, like just hold on for a minute. Just just chill. Just chill. Okay, literally. Um, yeah, because eight is all about balance, having a balance, and there could be that's the main thing that they're bringing up is having a balance in a spiritual partnership. Okay, it could be someone that has came in, and the person that came in. That's the reason why I'm saying sometimes certain triggers are good. You may have met a person that had triggered you in a way that you're like, damn, not this shit again. Like it's almost like you were anticipating or you knew how things were going to play out or how they were going to go, and you may be surprised, but you holding on to old belief systems thinking that you know every fucking thing, like you know how shit is gonna fucking play out, and they like be open minded. Okay, stop talking to yourself crazy. Stop acting like things ain't gonna work out. Be hopeful. Be really, really work on becoming who it is that you said you wanted to be. Don't pick and choose when the fuck you feel like doing it when it's convenient for you. Okay, no, we're not doing that. But yeah, everything is falling into place as it is meant to be. So if you want to say that a couple times, keep on saying it until you believe it. Okay. But most importantly, being patient. Being patient with yourself, being patient with others around you. Okay. You don't know what the hell people could be going through. You have no idea. Okay. And parenting with 63, which also equals 9. So you could even be seeing triple nine. Okay. Let's just put it out there. And nines are just all about completion anyway or whatever. So this unlocking the pattern and making sure that you realize what the pattern is and you nipping that shit in the bud is a way of closing out that pattern as well. Okay. when it comes to parenting or whatever, you could definitely be parenting yourself, if not just parenting, nurturing another person. And it doesn't always have to be children. Okay. It don't. Hell, it might end up being your parents yourself. If you don't know, when you find out or whatever that the older your parents get, it's almost like they hit a reset button and they start aging backwards. They on their Benjamin Button shit. I promise you, you be like, damn, like why are they so childish? Like, didn't you at one point used to pay bills? Wasn't you like a whole ass adult? Like, what's going on here? Gotta love the parents though. Oh man, trying to figure